Hi, my name is Jean and welcome to my channel on how to launch your first online training business. In today's video, I am going to do a tutorial and walkthrough of Thinkific for those of you who are new. So if you are new to this world of selling training and selling knowledge, this video is to walk you through Thinkific step by step so that you can decide and get comfortable and choose Thinkific as your all-in-one platform. I am a Thinkific expert, so feel free to peruse and check out my other playlist up here, where I will give you a beginner's overview of all the different features and tips. So check out my video playlist up here, where I will tell you, where I teach you all, check out my playlist up here, where I teach you all the necessary and important elements of getting started in launching your first online training business. Let's get started. Thinkific is one of the many platforms out there, and the reason why I wanted to showcase this video is because Thinkific has changed a lot, and so for those who are new and just getting started, this might be a good video to get to know all the different features of Thinkific, as not just for hosting courses, but also building your website, managing payments and orders, and tracking student progress reports. So let's get started with this video. Now let's start this tutorial on Thinkific. So login, I am using a sandbox account, so there's not going to be too much activity here because this is all for demo purposes. And so what you'll see is that the layout is what I think is the layout, and the menu bar is really key to understanding your whole Thinkific platform. This is a common question that comes up with clients when they're having trouble navigating everything and they're trying to figure everything out where things are because they're not used to it. They're used to a different platform. So home will always be your home that kind of gives you an overview of how your business is doing, what products you have recently edited or published. And products is where you will see all the different digital products. Now, it used to be courses, but now you can sell communities, you can sell digital downloads, coaching and webinar replays, memberships, and then your video library will be here as well. And so anytime you're looking to create new products, you always go into products here. And then into channels. Channels is where all your websites will be. So this includes your main homepage. It's sorted out so channels will be where all your channels is where all your websites will be. So this is not just your main homepage, but also your product pages, your default pages, and custom pages. I think this is much easier now so that you can determine when you're editing a specific product page, you just want to go to product page. If I'm looking to edit my homepage, I can edit my homepage or a student dashboard page or the checkout page. Those would be typical Thinkific standard checkout. These will be typical Thinkific default pages that are within the platform. Now, let's say you want to make an additional page such as FAQs, PDF resources, or different privacy reviews and terms and condition pages. That is where you'll find them all here. And if you need to make a new custom page, you can always click on New Custom Page. And so this makes it easier to navigate and see all the different product pages, default pages, and custom pages. And this is also helpful for the mobile app. I haven't done too much on this because I typically do a lot of demos, but you can also take advantage of the Thinkific app. There are some upgrades, and they try to give you little hints about how you can set up your app, how you can promote the app, and then also test drive the app as well. And then widget, this is something that isn't used often, but if you would like to, you can create a customized sales widget. So if you want to promote this on other sites, then you can choose from a different product that you want to promote and create a little widget and generate a code snippet and then put it on other people's site as well. But let's just go ahead and check out the rest of Thinkific so that you get comfortable and familiar. Marketing is where you'll have all your leads, funnels, affiliates, and email automation. So this is where you handle all your marketing operations. So within Thinkific, you can track and set up a lead generation form. and then all the leads will come in through here. Now I don't have anything because this is a sandbox site, but you will see any leads here. So let's just say if you use Thinkific for lead gen, then all the leads that sign up through your Thinkific site will show up here, and then you can export them and then put them into your email, or you can even then set up an automation so that you can send them to your Google email or Microsoft email, or you can export them and send them to an email client. Now, if you don't do that, and so that is, now I would recommend that in the beginning that this might be okay, but as you scale, this might be a little bit manual, and you may want to add in an email marketing software like MailChimp, MailerLite, Kit. Kit is a new name for ConvertKit or ActiveCampaign. And you can integrate all of those into your integrations here so that all the leads get sent to the email marketing software. Otherwise, if you have to export the leads as a CSV sheet and upload them to your email marketing software, then that is cumbersome and takes a lot of extra work and time that you really could be doing other things. Now, funnels is another option. You can also set up funnels in Thinkific, and I can point you all to a video that I've demoed the funnels option. And so what you can do is go to create a funnel, and you can do either a free lesson funnel or a typical paid sales funnel. So the idea is that some people have really a hard time using ClickFunnels, and so the idea is to, instead of having to use ClickFunnels, this is a very simple free lesson funnels to get people in the door and then converting them into the full paid course. Now, that's one option, or you can go directly into a typical two-step funnel. So Thinkific is trying to add in Thinkific is adding a lot of new features to help you set up different funnels to get sales and drive sales to your business. And this is where you'll also manage affiliates. And so if you're setting up any affiliates and any partnerships, then you will see them all here. And then you can click on Manage Affiliates to check on how they're doing. And then you can send this data. You can, again, this is really helpful that you can export this data and then put it into a software to run some data and stats to track for your own invoicing and tax reporting purposes. And then email automation is another feature that Thinkific has added. And this is really helpful because in the beginning, as you build your business, you're not ready to take advantage of a lot of extra software because you're not there yet and you want to keep your business lean. And so this is where you have the option to set up abandoned cart emails and then also set up an email sales flow. And so this is great because abandoned cart happens often. Someone may go through the checkout process and sign up for an account, but then they don't pay. Then you can set up this abandoned cart email. And then you can follow up and nurture them to find out what happened, if they had some trouble with the checkout process. And then with the email sales flow, this is like setting up an email sequence to get people to purchase the product and or membership or a digital download. And so you see I've set up some test ones, and I won't go through this too much because I can do this in another video. I can show you in another video, but this is just an overview that you can do a lot within Thinkific for your marketing in the beginning, so that as you are starting out lean, you can try to just stay within Thinkific, and then as you grow, then you want to add on new softwares that can automate and do more in your business. And then sales is where you'll track all your sales. So you can do bundles, order bumps, coupons, transactions, group orders, invoices. Invoices is particularly useful if you're doing any B2B sales. You can just send an invoice to a company, and then through that they will pay, and then that gives them a receipt of the order. And then any payouts will be here, revenue partners. So if you're doing any revenue share, you'll see that here. And any disputes. So let's just say someone bought a course and they decide they didn't like it and there's a dispute, then you'll see that in here as well. You'll see that there's really nothing because this is a sandbox account, but just to show you, any disputes will show up here. And the idea is that Thinkific is not just a learning Thinkific is setting itself up to be a learning commerce. Thinkific is setting itself up to be a learning commerce platform, which means that not only are you hosting your courses, but you're managing your business, selling your business, and tracking how your business is doing all inside Thinkific. This way, you don't need to open up a new tab. Everything is set up within here. You can integrate QuickBooks and other invoicing software, other accounting software, so that you can send the data from Thinkific to all the other tools that you may need later on and track your business further. So I love that this is a great way to see at a high level and I love that Thinkific is evolving to be a learning commerce platform, because now it's not just for learning and hosting courses, but you can do a lot more even with communities. I think that's something that I didn't really talk about, but you can sell communities as well. As you can see, communities is one of the products that people like to add on. And then users, this is where you can see all the different users in your business. So you have individual users, all users here. It's sorted by groups, seat management, certificates, notification emails, student progress, discussions, assignments, and so on. So this is where you manage everything related to users, such as certificates. Seat management and groups is good for B2B and any discussion. So like students are leaving, if students are commenting and discussing in course lessons, you will see those discussions in here. Same with assignments. If you have a student that, if you have an assignment lesson, if you are using the assignment lesson in Thinkific, if you click on assignments, then any assignment that they turn in will show up here. So you can think of users as your user management section. And then same thing with quiz and survey and reviews. Any quiz and survey that you use from Thinkific lessons inside Thinkific and or reviews will all show up here. And then analytics is where you get a lot of reports. You can set up custom reports. You can see engagement, enrollments, revenue. This is really giving you all the different data at different levels, because maybe your marketing team wants to see some data. Your sales team also may want to see some specific data in terms of how many orders by types of orders, whether it's digital downloads or coaching replays, enrollments, how are your enrollments doing, how are students engaging, and then any custom reports that you can set up will be shown up here. And then lastly, you have your basic kind of like account management. So your Thinkific account here, any integrations and settings related to your site. Now, just one thing that's important to note is that in your settings, your default will be set. You always want to check the site default for the landing page, because now they have the option. Oh yes, so you want to check now in the settings under course landing page for your settings, whether you want to go with the AI one or do you want to go with the classic. So if you notice that it's already defaulted to the AI and you want to go back to classic, just click on classic and go to save, and any new products that you create will go with the classic page builder. Now, if you've already created it with an AI builder and you're like, oh, I want to go back to the classic, then you'd have to duplicate the course and then go back to your settings, click classic, and then click save, and then that's the way that you'll be able to do it. This is a kind of overview of Thinkific and how this site works. Let me know if you have questions, feedbacks, and comments, and how I can help you with launching your training business. Let me know if you have comments, questions, and feedback to launching your training business and how I can help you get to know Thinkific. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.